Good afternoon. You're watching Workforce Success, Texas Panhandle Focused. Every week we share information, resources, and more for job seekers, employers, and the entire Texas Panhandle workforce community. Workforce Success is brought to you by Workforce Solutions Panhandle. Workforce Solutions Panhandle continues to make its services available to the public online and over the phone. Visit the new website, wspanhandle.com, or call 806-372-5521 for more information. I'm Ben Glover, Social Media Coordinator for Workforce Solutions Panhandle. And joining me today is Phillip Flores, Business Services Rep at Workforce Solutions Panhandle. Here today, we're going to cover the main questions our team has been receiving, and the focus has primarily been on unemployment benefits and available services. Phillip, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Ben. Thank you.
All right, kicking it off with, what is Workforce Solutions Panhandle?
So Workforce Solutions Panhandle assists employers and job seekers throughout the 26-county region and partners with the Texas Workforce Commission to provide the largest job matching database in the state of Texas.
So with COVID-19, what does that mean for Workforce Solutions centers and provided services in person?
So the problem is that all workforce centers to the public are closed to the public, but what we're doing is we're taking action to prevent the spread of COVID-19 while doing all we can to ensure services remain accessible to all, to adhere to the stay-at-home order issued by the City of Amarillo. Our physical locations are closed. However, our staff are available to assist you virtually by phone and email. So we are open for business.
Perfect. And so locally, I think same thing with the contact information. Online we're providing services at wspanhandle.com. We have special pages designed for COVID resources for employers and job seekers and people needing childcare. And then we also, during business hours, we provide telephone assistance. And there's a whole list of different phone lines and direct contact lines for people to call depending on what they need from us. So we'll move into what are those specific services that we offer, if you want to touch on that. All right, so beyond job search, we have career training.
So if you're thinking about obtaining a certificate or diploma designed to train for a targeted occupation in our area at one of our local community colleges, we can definitely help you.
Fantastic. And I know that some people are asking questions about that with COVID-19, and I think the best response I've heard is that we're working with local colleges to assess what we're capable of doing over the next few months with summer classes and with fall, but I don't think there's been a final decision for Panhandle colleges yet, has there?
Not that I know of, but I do know that a lot of their what may not be available in person is definitely available online as this COVID-19 shutdown has extended. So definitely these services are still, these classes are still available.
Perfect. So the third thing being adult education.
So if you're lacking any kind of a GED, we can definitely put you on the right track to start getting that.
Perfect. And again, that's the same thing with online classes. As things change, we have to adapt to different county and city requirements. We're assessing that and working with our partners to make sure that services are available. And so our final service being childcare assistance. Do you want to share on that?
Sure. Workforce Solutions Panhandle Childcare Services helps low to moderate income families with assistance in paying for childcare while parents work, attend school, or participate in a training program as they become more self-sufficient. So basically, this is we can help you out with the high cost of childcare by taking care of some of those payments, some of those high payments that would generally keep parents from being able to put their kids in childcare while they work.
Absolutely. And as I was reading through this, I think it's important to mention, I've got a lot of questions about childcare assistance, people thinking that we offer a daycare. We don't. It's we work with childcare providers throughout the Panhandle, and you would still be going to a normal provider. We just provide assistance in paying for that provider. I think that's a distinction a lot of people were having some questions about. So looking into this next problem of not knowing where to look for available jobs.
So what we're doing is we've put together something called Jobs Now. It's located on the WS Panhandle website under the COVID-19 resources on the main menu. And what this is are we have outreached many employers throughout the area and asked them, "Are you hiring?" And overwhelmingly, these employers have said, "Yes, we're hiring," and here's how you apply. So we've put all of these employers, and this list is growing as we go along. We put all of these employers and all their job postings on one page. You click on it, it takes you to their application site so that you can apply directly to them.
Fantastic. And then, of course, listed below is Work in Texas, which has available employers here in the state. I think the push for this Jobs Now page is local employers that are hiring and working during COVID-19 and continuing to work despite our shelter-in-place order. That was a big emphasis for these employers. So, common question we get asked, it's a good one. Are you the Texas Workforce Commission?
Ben, that's an easy one to answer, and we are not the Texas Workforce Commission. We are contracted by the Texas Workforce Commission to provide employment services for the Texas Panhandle area, but we are not the Texas Workforce Commission. We can answer some of your questions, but we definitely have to refer you to them.
For sure, absolutely. So when it comes to unemployment, a specific issue that we've been getting a lot of questions about, can you answer the questions about unemployment claims?
The best that our office can do, and mainly because we aren't trained in matters of unemployment as call centers are, as we specialize in employment services, we don't want to get you in trouble by giving you bad information. So we definitely advise you to talk to the Texas Workforce Commission's call centers for any matters of concerning unemployment. We can handle basic questions through our offices. How do you apply? Things like that. But anything that pertains to your particular unemployment claim, that needs to go through the Texas Workforce Commission.
Absolutely. And on a personal note, I've seen Texas Workforce Commission doing a lot with their website, continuing to provide services through that and resources through that, and also through their Facebook and Twitter page. They're posting constantly, giving out different resources and providing different just ways of handling specific issues that maybe could be solved virtually rather than getting on a phone and waiting to talk to somebody. So that's a good place to check out too, is Texas Workforce Commission's Facebook page, Twitter page, and their website. So that moves us to, how do I file an unemployment claim?
There are two ways to do it. You can either apply online at ui.texasworkforce.org, or you can call the TWC's teleserve center at 1-800-939-6631.
Perfect. So after you've gone to these either online or called, what would the next steps be?
So the next step that you would want to do is you would want to set your PIN. You can do this either on UBS, which is the Unemployment Benefit Services online, or you can call teleserve at 1-800-558-8321. Online, you can do it 24 hours a day. If you use teleserve, it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. After that, sign up for electronic correspondence while you're there. You can only do this part on the UBS system online. You can also change your payment options, so you can have the TWC automatically deposit your funds into your bank account, which takes out the wait time for receiving the Relia card, which we'll get to in a little bit. You can also request a payment on either UBS or by calling teleserve.
So when you're requesting a payment, how would you do
so
that?
You can definitely don't wait for the TWC to notify you of eligibility. make sure you request your payment on the date listed in the instructions that were sent to you. Okay. Don't wait for the TWC to get back to you and say, yes, you've been accepted, or no, you've been denied. Go ahead and start requesting payments on that date. You can request a payment either online at that ui.texasworkforce.org or by calling teleserve at 558-8321.
Perfect.
The payment request dates, these have changed because of the overwhelming number of people who are calling the Texas Workforce Commission. You can request payments either online or over the phone. You can log into UBS or by calling teleserve. But again, because the TWC is experiencing such an exceptionally high volume of customers attempting to request a payment, you need to make your payment request on your designated filing date, which is listed on your filing instructions. Assigned filing numbers are Sunday through Wednesday. If you miss your designated filing date in any given week, you can submit your payment request on our open filing days, which are Thursday through Saturday.
Okay, perfect. That's good to know. So this next question we've been getting quite a bit, which is, what if I worked, will I still receive benefits?
So absolutely. The way that this is handled is when you make a payment request, it's pretty easy. You'll enter the number of hours you worked and your hourly rate. So going to the next slide, if you work during your claim period, because you report wages, the TWC adds 25% to your weekly benefit amount.
Okay.
Let's use low round numbers. So if the TWC is going to normally send you $100 a week, they're going to add 25% to that. So my weekly benefit amount is going to jump up to 125. If I work and I report $50 in wages, the TWC is going to send me the difference of that $125 minus $50. So the TWC is going to deposit $75. So that, remember that they're going to make sure that I make at least my weekly benefit amount. So if I make money, doesn't mean that I don't get unemployment. That means that they're going to reduce my unemployment for that week. You don't lose any money. It moves to the end of your claim, but it keeps that unemployment gap closed.
Absolutely. Okay. So moving forward would be, how do I reset my PIN and password? And I know we've been hearing this one a lot. This is one of the biggest questions.
So when you reset your PIN, the TWC is going to make sure it's you. They're going to ask you information about your claim, such as date of birth, your driver's license number, your phone number, the amount of your last benefit payment, or part of your bank or credit card account number, just anything to verify that this is you. Because remember, your PIN number is sort of your signature. That's saying this is me. If you're unable to provide it, you may either call back when you have the information, or call Telecenter at 800-939-6631 and speak to a customer service representative.
Moving forward to, what about your password?
So if you forget your password or user ID, the login page on UBS has quick links to retrieve your user ID or reset your password. To reset your password, you need to answer security questions that you set up when you created your user ID. Keep your answers to the security questions private. It's just like your password. Again, if you're still unable to reset your password online, call Telecenter at 1-800-939-6631 and speak with a customer service representative.
So switching gears a little bit here, what does the coronavirus stimulus mean for me or any of our customers or people here in the Panhandle?
So in the Panhandle, there are four types of unemployment. There's the regular unemployment, which is up to 26 weeks. Pandemic emergency unemployment compensation, or PEUC, which is up to 13 weeks. Pandemic unemployment assistance, is up to 39 weeks, and federal pandemic unemployment compensation is that extra $600 a week that you've been hearing about. And it's
Okay.
all 100% federally funded.
So are any of these the CARES Act that we've been hearing about?
So currently, the CARES Act encompasses all of these unemployment benefits.
Okay.
Here's a great flow chart of what you need to know about how to apply for any of these. You can refer back to this anytime throughout this video. If you've already, like it shows on the screen, if you've already applied for unemployment benefits, don't need to do anything. If you're eligible, definitely apply online. The non-traditional applicant that's here in the middle of the screen is the gig workers, self-employed, and contract workers. And the exhausted UI is anyone who's exhausted their unemployment benefits. Unemployment insurance is UI on or after 7/1/19, and just follow the flow chart throughout.
Perfect. Absolutely. So moving forward, and I think this to touch on this a little bit more, is how do I apply for stimulus benefits?
So, like we just mentioned, if you've already applied for traditional UI benefits, don't do anything. Don't apply for benefits again if you've already applied. The TWC will review eligibility for all existing applicants automatically and notify claimants by mail or electronic correspondence of their eligibility. If you haven't yet applied for unemployment benefits, go ahead and do so.
But if you already have, don't apply again, because they'll
You don't
review
need
it
to do
and
anything.
notify you.
The TWC is going to do it automatically.
Perfect. So if you recently exhausted benefits, no action is needed?
Nothing is needed. The TWC will determine if you qualify and notify you by electronic correspondence of your eligibility.
Perfect. All right, so this one is one we've been seeing here in the Panhandle a lot, which is, what if I'm self-employed, contract, or a gig worker?
So you need to apply. The TWC advises all self-employed, contract, and gig workers who've lost their job due to the COVID-19 pandemic to apply for pandemic unemployment assistance. And just for your knowledge, you don't necessarily need to apply for anything any differently. Apply for general benefits. The TWC will determine which category you fall into. So during the application process, when UBS asked non-traditional workers the reason for their job separation, they should select reduced hours. If their hours are reduced as a result of COVID-19, they should also select COVID-19 under the disaster impact section. The system will then display questions that they need to answer to complete their claim. After the completion, the system will first review the claim for regular unemployment insurance eligibility, which will result in a denial for regular unemployment benefits only. Don't be alarmed. Subsequently, the TWC will automatically enroll these applicants in PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. The initial denial for unemployment insurance may cause confusion, but does not affect PUA eligibility. If you've already submitted a claim, you should not reapply. You should continue to request benefit payment every 2 weeks while the TWC enrolls you in PUA. So just keep on making those payment requests until the TWC is able to enroll everyone in that program. So applicants don't need to call the TWC. These non-traditional applicants, which remember are the gig workers, the contract workers, and the self-employed, are eligible to qualify for a base weekly benefit amount of $207, plus the additional $600 federal pandemic unemployment compensation, or FPUC, payment per week.
Per week. That's good to know.
Self-employed contract and gig workers must submit their 2019 IRS 1040 Schedule C, F, or SE prior to December 26, 2020 by fax or email at any of these on the screen. Applicants who submit their tax information may not receive an immediate response. Please do not resubmit unless you're explicitly asked.
All right. I think that wraps it up for you and I, Philip.
Hey, Ben, thank you so much for letting us do this. And I hope we got some good information out to some people. If you have any questions, please give us a call. You can contact us either by phone at 806-372-5521 or toll free. You can also look up more information online at wspanhandle.com. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I'll see you later, Philip. Have a good one.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
You too.
Thanks to Philip for joining us today, and thank you for tuning in. We'll be back here next week with more to share. Workforce success is made possible by Workforce Solutions Panhandle. Learn more online at wspanhandle.com.